Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Happy Monday morning, you guys. I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. You guys, there's so much information. This is going to end up being a 3-video Monday. I'm so sorry, but there's just too much. The royals have come out from hiding. Doria, Harry Pap walking. Like, oh my God, let's go. We are starting off with the royal family. They are all at Balmoral, and they got up this morning and they went to church. Remember, this is their first time during the summer at Balmoral since the Queen passed away. So in the first car, we have William and Catherine. I've seen that hat. We've seen that hat before. I love that hat on her. Now, some of these were taken leaving, some were taken coming, but in the car at one point, he was being driven to church, again, by William and Catherine. That was Prince Andrew. Nothing wrong with the man going to church before anybody says anything. You're right. In the next car, we had King Charles and Queen Camilla. I do believe Charles was wearing his kilt, as he should be. Now, interesting, in the next car, they had Susan Hussey, Lady Susan Hussey, who we know was the late Queen's lady in waiting. I love that she was included. All right, in the next car, you had Prince Edward, and also in the car was Sophie, Vice Admiral Sir Tim Lawrence, and Princess Anne, although you don't have a good shot. She was in the back seat. Members of the Royal Regiment of Scotland formed an honor guard at the church this morning. They marched in, they marched out. Love it, love it, love it. When you have soldiers like that, who wouldn't want to go to church? Whew. All right, moving on. Now, you should know that the day before, in a ceremony at Balmoral Castle on their grounds, the King and Queen presented new colors, or new regimental flag, I guess is what you call it, to the Royal Guard. It's called the Ballater color, and it's the ceremonial color used by the Royal Guard for the soldiers who guard the castle when King Charles is in residence there. The King's new reign is marked by the King's new color. Very nice. Moving on. Well, when church was over, King Charles made a surprise appearance at the Lonach Highland games. Apparently the crowd was extremely happy to see him. It was a big surprise. Nobody was aware that they were showing up. So he shows up with Camilla. Of course, they played, the anthem, and then they walked around, met people, spoke, and, did their kingly and queenly duties. These are the kind of things that I wish we had in the United States. If I lived there, I would be showing up at these things every day. Anyway, King Charles, they gave him the starter gun and he started the 90-yard dash. Look at his face. Yeah, it looks like fun. All right, moving on. Next up, the Duke of Gloucester had his birthday. I thought it was very nice that the royal family put these fabulous pictures up on there. I keep calling it Twitter. I know it's X, but I'm going to keep saying Twitter. They put up these pictures, which of course show him doing his job. I love it, and I love the fact that they recognized him. Way to go. Now, also put up on Twitter, Sarah Secret posted this. I had no idea that the Duke of Kent and the Duke of Gloucester were the oldest and youngest grandchildren of King George V and Queen Mary. I did not know that. Very nice information, and thank you for posting these photos. Fabulous. All right, moving on. One of Princess Diana's gowns, a black and white strapless gown that she wore twice in 1985, is going to be included in a fashion icon auction next week. It's going up for sale. Now, here's what's so funny. At Prince Edward's 21st birthday at Windsor Castle, the princess wore this dress, and another party goer, Natasha Fairweather, also wore the exact same dress, and she danced very close to Diana to see how she'd react, and it's being reported that Charles pointed it out and Diana laughed because for her, it just wasn't a big deal. This was a gown other people could purchase, but she chose to wear it again, and that's what's so special. It's relatable. That's why they called her the People's Princess. Now, it is being reported that this dress has been auctioned before, and it was sold alongside another piece from Diana's closet. And so, yeah, now it's going back up for auction. Now, remember, in June, they announced that Diana's original red sweater with the black sheep motif, is going up for sale. She wore it to Prince Charles' polo match in 1981, a month before their wedding. And then she wore it again in June of 1983. The bidding for this sweater goes August 31st through September 14th. And also being sold alongside that is some pieces from Sex and the City and, other important pieces from famous people. All right, moving on. Back in 2019, before this whole thing happened with Meghan Markle, Catherine went to an event. And while she was there, she decided, because she liked the food, that she was going to go down and thank the people who made the meal and meet the people, because these were people with Action on Addiction clients, and they were working as apprentices in the kitchen. So she thought it was important to actually go down and meet the people who had prepared the food. Typical Catherine. Unpretentious, just went down to talk to them, and a video has surfaced of this. Watch this. And just so you know, for those of you who are wondering what they made salads with radishes, carrots, beans, and oil. And the main course was river test trout, lemon cake with elderflower cream and gooseberries. Yummy. All right, moving on. Let's go to Prince William. Don't forget, he's coming back to the United States, and he's going to New York on September 19th. This is for the Earthshot Prize Innovation Summit. It's a warm-up sort of thing for the Earthshot Awards, which this year will be held in Singapore. Let's not forget that not long before it got called off due to COVID, and that's what's going on. But when it's over, he has to head right back to the UK, because it's that week that Charles and Camilla are then heading overseas. So they want to make sure that somebody is there. You want to make sure that while William, the article says, is not required to be there when Charles is traveling, since he's one of Charles's counselors of state, he probably should be there, because there's no way they're going to allow Harry, especially Harry shouldn't even be a counselor of state. He's no longer domiciled in the UK, so he shouldn't be there. But you've got William, Andrew, Beatrice. There's plenty of people there. They don't need to use Harry anymore. So, all right. Really quickly before we move on, now you see this picture above. In order to help you guys stay with the right video, this is the picture that you will see at the entrance and exit of every video for this day, okay? So when you go to video 2, if you don't see this picture, you're on the wrong one. Plus, of course, I've numbered them. All right, let's move on to our next video. Let's go, video 2.